What's up, guys? Welcome back to the series of life advice. Today, I want to talk about what drives your life. This should be something along the title of this video. What are you here for? What are you on earth for? I'm not going to take this too philosophical or too religious, although there are, those ways you could travel, if you so wanted to. Today, I want to talk about 5 things. I read this book. It's called What on Earth Am I Here For? And in chapter 3, the author highlights 5 things that drive most people. So I want to go through them and kind of share what I'm learning through this book. It's pretty interesting. Again, it's a Christian book. So if you're a Christian, if you're a believer, you maybe consider picking this up. So far, I like it. Again, I'm only on chapter 3 or 4, but so far I like it. And there's a lot of good stuff within it. All right, so the first thing that the book highlights is guilt. You are manipulated by memories, right? Failures of the past. And so I think something that I find interesting about this is that a lot of people are prisoners of the past. A lot of people, experience like a bad breakup, right? Or a toxic work environment or something like that in their 20s, their low 20s or their early 20s. I don't know. And then they kind of just use that as a stepping stone and use that as how all things are now, right? Like, oh, a girl broke my heart when I was 20. When I'm 28, this girl her only intention is going to be to break my heart as well. You know what I mean? And so people kind of just assume, people kind of just are highlighted and feel like they are a failure because of something in the past and they feel guilty for this. Or maybe they messed up, right? Maybe you are the guy who cheated on a girl when you're 20 or something like that. And now you're like 30 about to marry this girl. And maybe now you feel guilty, right? And that's kind of messed up, right? Don't cheat on people. But if this is you, right? Why are you just holding on to this? What good is the guilt you're holding on to doing for your life, right? That's something that I want you to think about and something that I had to think about recently. And again, really big fan of this book. That's the first thing that they mention. Second thing they mention is resentment and anger. And this, as you guys know, hurts you more than the person that you actually resent. This isn't really a new or novel concept, but it is important to keep in mind. It's very, very easy to just hold grudges on this girl, this coworker, this whoever, your parents. Like, it's so easy to hold on to them. Oh, they didn't treat me right. They're a scumbag for XYZ. What good is that doing you, right? Especially if they're not in your life anymore, right? There's just no good that can come from that. And you're really just wasting your time. You're really wasting your mental capacity, right? There's a lot of things that you should try to be remembering in this day and age, right? Like anniversaries, birthdays, stuff for your work, your career. There's a lot of things that you're supposed to be holding on to, and this is just not worth your space, okay? Just free up that rent in your head. Don't let it live in your head rent free, because think about it. What is it going to do? Oh, yeah, I'm so mad at my brother or sister. What good is it? Okay, now we don't have a relationship. Now I'm unhappy. Now they're unhappy. What good is it? Now, I'm not saying that, it's so easy to just forgive and forget and stuff like that. Obviously, each case is circumstantial. Really think about and kind of dissect yourself, because again, each situation is on its own. Think about how each one is beneficial or not beneficial. Sometimes maybe you just need space from someone. That's fine. But don't resent someone just for the fun of it or just for the sake of it. The third thing that might be driving your life is fear, playing it safe, basically avoiding risks. And so this is something that I specifically resonate with the most. For those guys who know me in real life, maybe, or just from the channel, you guys know that I pretty much play it safe generally. I don't really like to take that huge risk of taking a step into the unknown or anything like that. That's not the kind of guy I am. That's not kind of person I am. And unfortunately, that will bite you. That will drive your life, right? There's a lot of fear in rejection and asking out a girl. Oh man, what if she doesn't like me back? What if she's already dating? Or what if, I don't know, XYZ. There's a lot of things that we tell ourselves, right? And unfortunately for us, a lot of that is just self-imposed fear. Again, you're living in a prison of your mind where you don't make a move because you're afraid of XYZ when, maybe that has nothing to do with anything. Maybe she has a boyfriend, but you'll never know. Maybe, that cute girl at the grocery store, maybe she won't talk to you. Maybe she'll reject you. But if you never do it, you'll never know. And I guess the question here is, do you want to live your life like that? Do you want to live your life where, oh, I'm single, but I really don't want to be single. Oh, but I'm too afraid to do something about it. Is that the kind of you that you want to be, right? Is that the kind of thing that's going to be driving your life? Or same with a job promotion. Like, oh, I should be making like 20K more than what I'm making, but I'm too scared to ask my boss because what if they get mad? What if they let me go? Blah, blah, blah. What if they do this, that? yeah, I mean, if that's the kind of person you want to be, and you like, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. That's something that I was taught a long, long time ago. And I take that with me in so many circumstances in my life nowadays. You know, if you just never ask, the answer is always going to be no. You're never going to get a yes if you never ask. The next one up is materialism, right? This is something that drives your life. Desire to acquire becomes the whole goal, right? The myth is that the more you have, the more important you're going to be, the more safe you're going to feel. And to a degree, that's fine, right? If you're struggling in life, making like 10K a year versus, 100K, 200K a year, yeah, you're probably going to feel a little more safe. You're probably going to have a little more happiness in life. Not that money buys happiness, but it does buy security. It does buy temporary pleasures. And again, it's not a bad thing. Of course, like loving money and cheating or scamming people or lying for money, that's when it becomes, obviously egregious. But materialism, right? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? It's not really like either. It's more so like the love of it. When you put it on a pedestal, when you put materialism, wealth, money, finances, when you put that over everything else, and you're just one of those people who's just like, head down, I got to grind. I got to make like 10K a month. I got to do this. I got to do that. And you miss the point of life. Is that really what you want to drive you as well? Like, are you going to be so busy? One of those people who just like, I see these CEOs, I see all these like huge, like bosses and stuff in my previous jobs who are just like super like, how do you call it? Like super head down, always focused, always locked in on the job, and then they just miss life. They just don't do anything with their life. They work, 12 to 14 hours a day. They spend no time with their family. They're super rich, but they don't even have time to spend money on like the things that they want, right? They buy a new car and then, oh, well, back to work. Can't even enjoy it. I buy a new house. Well, I can't even stay in it because I'm at work. What's the point, right? And I'm not saying don't work hard. I'm not saying don't prioritize things in your life that you should or that you find interesting, because materialism is fine. I think it's fine. The love of it, even like liking certain things, even like trying to strive for security in life. Because if you're, not grinding at all, I think that's also a mistake. I guess just be careful, be certain on the things that you are trying to accomplish, and be sure that there is merit to them and they are good things at the end of the day. And number 5, the 5th thing that drives your life is the need for approval, according to this book. Basically saying others' expectations and peer pressure, right? Being kind of controlled by others' opinions is a guaranteed way to miss your own purposes in life. When I read that, guys, I was like, whoa, dude, that's good. I feel like this is something that just everybody struggles with, right? No matter how many lies you tell yourself, like, oh, I don't care what people think. I don't care if they judge me or not. You care. Okay, you care. That's why you get haircuts. That's why you dress the way you do. That's why you talk the way you do. That's why you watch reels so that you can keep up with people, even though you don't really care. That's why you care about things that, like, oh, fantasy football or certain car models. And I'm assuming, guys are watching this. You care, okay? That's why you care. And so don't act like you don't care. I think what's more interesting is not letting that kind of thing dictate your life, not pretending to be something or someone you're not, just so that people will like you more, just so people will enjoy your company more. Because what good is that going to do, right? That's not going to solve a problem for anybody. And so, yeah, don't feel the need to constantly be, seeking approval. Of course, seeking friendship, seeking relationship is fine and good, and people should be doing that. But just be careful what you do and how you do it. I guess that would be my main takeaway here. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. What specific like action or something, what reason for driving your life do you relate to the most, right? Guilt, resentment, fear, materialism, or the need for approval? I think that this was a very interesting book, and I do want to kind of give more commentaries based on like the books I read and some of the articles I read, as I do learn a lot from them, and I find them, obviously, as you guys know, very interesting. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. I know it's kind of different from my usual stuff, but if you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, and peace.